Hello. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Hello. I hope that you hear me. Um, I'm not entirely certain that you can because I just now placed my AirPods in my ears and I don't know if they're working. Um, but anyway, I wanted to go live and to address something that I wasn't aware until just a little bit ago that someone has been posting on the Mormon Talk Twitter account or X account, sorry, um, and that they have been saying things that I would obviously never in a billion years say. Um, and I have a suspicion of who it is, but I'm not entirely certain yet, so I don't want to make any accusations to incriminate someone who might be innocent. But I want to just let everybody know that even though have let um, I've let the Call Carson channel go for the time being because of just the same old just pile of shrimp that has been happening since day one, where people have called in and said inappropriate and often zany things that I don't want anyone to hear, not just my own ears, but anyone to hear. Um, but ever since then, I've been pretty quiet, and I did place my account in the hands of somebody else. But um, it appears that they have allowed that to slip from the grasp of their own palms and into somebody else's hands. So I just wanted to make this very, very clear so that nobody gets the wrong idea that I would be posting disgusting junk like that. Um, I'll take a second to look at this chat. Um, okay, let me see if there's any questions that I can address. I'm looking for questions. Hmm. Someone in the chat is claiming that it is Beth that is posting on my account. And if that's the case, I'd like evidence that it is Beth. Beth was a former viewer of my show Mormon Talk and was often a troll and frankly was a very bad representation of the entire country of Australia and it made a lot of people very resentful and fearful of that population and I don't appreciate it. So if it is Beth, then I would like evidence and I would like to pursue some sort of action at some point. Um, Brother Nick is saying, it was certain someone from down south. Well, I don't know if you're saying down south as in like down under, or as like the Australians down under or whatever. Um, but let's see. Morbid Curiosity says, "Are you doing okay? Happy? Yes, I am. I am doing very well, thank you." Um, 1XAN says, "It's really late, Carson. Get some rate." I'm assuming you meant some some rest. I will be getting some rest at some point. But right now, this is important for me to address and I had to wait until my children were asleep and that my wife was asleep as well to make this video because I frankly don't want them hearing that this is nonsense is going on again. Carson, will you come back to having a show? Um, I will not comment on that at this time. Chloe O'Connor says, "Do you remember Randy O'Call?" Um, yes. The person who's posting is claiming that they themselves are Randy O'Call. Um, hold on, I have to get my Sprite. 1 second. Okay. Do you still have access to the Twitter account? You should change the passwords. If I had access to the Twitter account, I'd be deleting all the filth that I see. Brother Corey Trevor says, Carson, I sent $1,500 in Doge to the imposter on X. Are you saying that wasn't you? I'm sorry that you did that, but I cannot be responsible for that transaction because I would never say any of the filth that that person's saying, and everyone should know by now what my character is. Okay? My character is not the type that would say disgusting, zany things. If years of me banning people, combating people, and calling out people, and frankly ranting to people about the distastefulness of saying filth words and saying disgusting things wasn't enough to get you to understand that that is not who I am, and therefore if someone's saying that it's not me, then I don't know what the heck else to say. Okay. Howard Adderley says, Carson, I'm begging you to stop them sending me pictures of their small pecker. What do you mean by that? I don't understand what. Please tell them to stop sending me pictures of their Wiley. I don't understand. The guy on X keeps sending me. Okay. All right. Well, you should have said that in the first place. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to literally have to call the cops because I don't know what else to do. Well, okay. At this point, I don't know what else that can be even said. Um, except that is not me, and I want to make the record clear that I am not posting on the Mormon Talk Twitter account. And whoever is, please, if you have information, please email it to the Mormon Talk line at gmail.com email address. I will uh, attempt to recover that account, and I will look and see um, if there is any evidence in there. Yes. 1XAN. Yes, I agree. I agree law enforcement may need to get involved. Yes, I 100% that is what I'm going to pursue is I'm going to call or text or call the police and I'm going to tell them that uh, someone is impersonating me, someone is stealing my identity, and that they need to be arrested as soon as possible. If they're sending if they're sending illicit pictures pretending to be me, that is illegal at best. Okay. Well, at this point, I think I've addressed all the questions that have been asked for me. If there are any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them at this time, but I feel like I've addressed everything. Um, and I hope that there is no doubt whatsoever that I would never, ever, ever post something disgusting like that. Beth H., it was me. Beth, don't you have something else to do? After all this time, after all of the things that you have done, that I've dealt with privately and sometimes even publicly, you would exert your efforts and your sneakiness to hack into my account and say filth things after all this time, you still cannot let it go. And you stole donations in the form of Dogecoin for your Christian church. What is wrong with that sentence, Beth? You stole money for your Christian church. You stole someone else's money for your Christian church. I really want you to review that sentence. Enough for you to wake up to your awful situation and to understand that conning people, stealing from them, trolling people, obsessing over causing psychological harm to people is not a Christian thing to do. In fact, it is quite the opposite. Why can't you let it go? And I'm calling you out publicly this time. Publicly. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You teach Christian principles on your YouTube channel that I've been kind enough to like your videos despite everything, and yet you steal from my former audience and you post filth things on my former Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X. I don't know what version of Christianity would ever condone such mayhem and such absolute zany debauchery. That is absolutely clear to me that it is not coming from a Christian heart, but rather coming from a mischievous Australian mind and nothing else. I hope, I hope that you get the help that you need, frankly, because to hold on to an obsession like this for this many years and to want to hurt a community of people and to want to troll them. And yes, I know the truth now at this point. I know that a lot of the talent talks that were submitted that showed dogs have attempting to have relations with each other was from you, Beth. I'm well aware of this at this point. It has been reported to me over and over again a million times. Okay? People have privately told me over and over again. And that a lot of the videos that started off normal and would end up with splash after splash happening, like the one where someone was dancing on a dance floor and a large female began trying to with carnally steaming beats in the background trying to grind on somebody out of nowhere. That was you, Beth. That was you. And I'm not going to be made a fool of anymore by you. Okay, I'm not the one with the puppets. Okay, I'm not the puppeteer. Okay, nor am I a puppet master of debauchery like you are. Okay, I have tried to do good for people, and I know that you don't agree with my religion. I understand that. I get that. That's fine. But you know what? At least I'm tolerant of other religions. You are not. You're the one that spent all their time trying to scoop up individuals in my community and bring them to your zany form of Christianity, where this type of behavior is somehow covered or condoned or justified. What would Christ do? Christ has never been described as a puppet master or ventriloquist. Okay? Christ's hands are stretched out. They're not placed inside of a puppet's bottom. Okay? His hands are stretched out for others to see and to lift other people. Okay? They're not snaked into a Annabelle's rear. Okay? I want you to understand that you are not hurting me, but you are hurting others. And someday you'll have to answer for that. And it won't be Dogecoin that God is asking you to reconcile to the ones you've hurt. It will be time and potentially eternity. That's what it will be. Okay. Well, one thing you did do that was good though, Beth, is you admitted what you had done this time. Maybe it was out of some sort of a desire for gratification, pride. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you wanted to know that you got to me and you wanted to take the credit. You wanted the trophy. You didn't get to me. You didn't get to me. Mm-mm. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'll take this as some sort of confession. And I hope it's the first step on the path of repentance for you. That's all I have to say. Thank you.